What's up, investors? Welcome back to the channel. It's your favorite investor, and this is a channel to help keep you invested and build your wealth. Now, today's video is actually kind of funny, man. I'm looking around social media and I'm looking around on Seeking Alpha and all of my places to get news videos. And bro, I'm literally seeing everybody calling for a market crash. And so I felt that, it's only right that I come with my own analysis and I let you guys know exactly what it is that I'm thinking. And so in this video, we're going to address what's going on with SPY, and could we potentially be seeing a stock market crash, aka a stock market pullback, because I don't really see us coming back down to some of the levels that we have seen in 2022 and early 2023. I think that right now the market sentiment is very bullish, and we are probably due for a pullback. We're also going to talk SCHD, XLP, and XLY, and we're going to look at what big tech is doing, and I'll give you my overall thoughts on the market. So first of all, let me just bring up this one article that I found on Seeking Alpha. And title of the article is "Why the SPY is Falling." Right? This is a technical analysis, and he's pretty much just saying, in summary, that it's due to overbought and overvalued conditions, with portfolio managers selling overvalued stocks. The market is ignoring global conflicts and high interest rates, focused on good economy and consumer spending. Short-term chart shows supply readings taking price down, waiting for January earnings reports to potentially turn prices back up. This article was written on January 7th, and I definitely agree with this analyst. So as we head over to the SPY, you guys have seen that we kind of had this huge bullish momentum candle at the middle of December, and then ever since then we have been just trading in this range in between 476 and roughly 467, and we haven't budged anywhere above that zone or out of that zone in any kind of significance. So at the moment, the market is waiting for something. It's waiting for either something to break or for some good news to come and propel the markets to new all-time highs. So as I told you guys on the channels before, I am a dividend investor, a long-term investor, but I also do swing trade, and I am waiting for an opportunity in SPY to show me whether it's going to go higher or lower so I can capitalize on that gain. At the current time, I'm literally just sitting on my hands waiting for it to either break below 467 or break above 477 with any kind of conviction. Once that happens, then I'll adjust my risk and take that trade accordingly. However, for the long term, I definitely did add some in the 467 zone because I felt like that was a great price to add some additional shares to the portfolio. And for the most part, I've continued to make my weekly buys, but I haven't made any large buys in this area, knowing that the market is, check it out. I would say the market is pretty overextended from this run that began at the beginning of November. Now let's move on to your favorite dividend ETF. And at the moment, you guys can see SCHD was really in this range in between about $76 and 76.84 and 76.05. I was gonna say a dollar range, but really it's like about 80 cents. And so it's been in this range, and I actually took the opportunity to sell a covered call against my position, against some of my SCHD position, knowing that it was kind of in this range. So I was kind of a little timid to write that position, as my shares would have been called away if it would have broke to the upside. But I did feel like the market was a little bit overextended, and so I felt like the risk to reward in that situation was in my favor. As you can see, it continues to break down from that consolidation zone, and these dividend stocks have been coming down since then. We're currently at a price of $75 off of its high of $76.88. So as you guys can see, consumer cyclicals and consumer staples are kind of experiencing their pullback before the S&P 500. Let's dive a little bit deeper, and I want to show you guys XLP, which is consumer staples. And you guys can see this hasn't moved up or down, just continuing to consolidate. As you can see, XLY has broken down from its consolidation zone, found a little bit of support, gave us a small bounce, and continued to move lower. At this time, we haven't seen it made a new low with conviction, so it may be a possibility that this could be its double bottom, and it ends up bouncing from the zone. So definitely very interested to see the difference between XLY and XLP. And as we move over to big tech, it's kind of funny because when we first started this rally, tech was the leader, right? We kind of went into this rally with tech bringing us out of that downtrend that we were in. It was the first one to show strength, and then the SPY started to react, and the rest of the overall market started to pick up. And I kind of feel like the same thing is happening here, right? You can say, okay, we're getting ready to form another double top here, somewhere around 193, right? We kind of had that wick rejection off of there. We ended up gapping down today, moving up a bit higher. But for me, I see all of this as rejection candles, all of this as price consolidation, not necessarily a move. So you can't say that XLK is forming a double top, but I do believe that this is actually showing strength, and it can continue to break through this high. If we do end up getting that, then I think that SPY will eventually start to catch up, break through that consolidation zone, and continue to move higher. So my thoughts on the market currently, like I've said, in terms of swing trading, I'm pretty much just sitting on my hands, waiting for SPY to show me something that is going to be one of my next moves. I'm just waiting for that to show me which direction it finally wants to go. In my long term, I'm continuing to make consistent buys every week, and I'm really just holding on to any extra cash that I have at the moment to see if I can get a nice deep pullback. On any one of these pullbacks that we do experience, though, I definitely do not hesitate and I start adding shares to my portfolio. In this 185 range on XLK, I went and I think I ended up adding like an extra 10 shares from cash that I had sitting on the sidelines. I felt like this was a fantastic opportunity, buying these shares back in that previous support zone, and I feel like this is a great opportunity for me to continue to build the tech position in my portfolio. Like I said, I am a dividend investor, but I also have a long-term mindset, and so I know that I have a long time for my portfolio to grow. So I want to make sure that I'm putting XLK in that mix with SEHD, SPY, so I have a lot more tech exposure, because obviously tech has been one of the best performers in the last 30 years. This is one of those sectors where you end up getting that exponential growth. Anyways, like I said, the S&P 500 has been falling, sort of, kind of. In reality, it just hasn't been pushing and making new hires. It's consolidating, and price is currently waiting for it to continue to make another move. So don't let all of these analysts trick you out of your positions. Don't let them trick you out of, your long-term portfolios or some of your short-term trades or even your day trades. Listen, make sure you have a plan whenever you're coming into this, whether that's dollar cost averaging or making sure that you have a specific spot that you want to get out of stocks if price were to break that level. Anyways, that's all I have for you guys today. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and thank you for taking your time out to watch this. As always, be sure to check out thebestdividendcalculator.com, as that is one of the ways that I have been building my wealth over this past year, is a dividend calculator, being able to see how the different rates at capital appreciation, dividend growth, and dividend yield all play into allowing me to use dividends to pay for my expenses. So make sure y'all go check that out. It's a free tool, and I hope you guys find some value from it. It's your favorite investor, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.